And I think this is what, this is what going on in me is like, I think this is feels like I'm trying to hide my incompetence so much. And then I'm messy being with my own competence with a woman, and I'm going, fuck, she doesn't want this, but really she's like, fucking thank you for putting down the mask. Like I've had that, and I'm like really like uncomfortable about um this is so not what I thought other people would want. And then they're like, um they can feel my mask anyway. They can feel my incompetence anyway. So when I point it out, it's like, okay, mm, thank you for letting me in or being and uh but I really resonate with this like fuck it's the last thing that I want to show.
Yeah. You been in the men's lab with Anna? I heard so many legends from her space holding that when she holds space, the school is really out. She does not rescue the space from its impulses or from like she lets the space like it is. And yeah, but did you heal something in that about your incompetence, your fear of incompetence?
Yeah, yeah, it's very accurate. She'll just let the space hang, and like no one has the next piece, and it's awkward. It's like so awkward, and my fear was like really online, and one of this one thing that I'm glad of is that like myself and also other men, we wouldn't let other people like fill the space with rubbish in those times that we didn't know what to do next or like what the next piece was, and to guard the space so that intensity could could continue, and the fear um being felt until the the impulse that needed to come would come. And I I found that what it feels like is like I'm gonna die. Like this is I can't handle this. Like I'm not made for this level of um fear, I suppose. But this level of, it felt more like awkwardness. Like and and the thing is, what's kind of funny is that all I had to do was sit there, you know, and that was fucking. And then there was like, but what happened was like there was shame of like, fuck, we don't know. Like, how can we not know? We're all grown men. And then the unfolding was like, okay, we don't fucking know. Like, let's stop pretending that we know. Because every time something fills the space or an impulse or someone starts talking or shift or we find an answer, this was huge. Like if we about not finding answers because then the research can continue. That that then I'm actually faced with my incompetence. I actually have a X on the map of like, okay, well I don't know, and I want to know because before I was like, I know how to, I don't know, I know things. I know how to be with other men. I know how to as a group navigate spaces and um so yeah. I feel glad, like I felt so glad to build that muscle of it, you know, being able to be with not knowing, building these gaps. I yeah yeah mm, mm. Yeah. We did a men's group the other day and about building gaps with fear, like feeling the fear, like because often like I'll fill the space, like even now I'm talking quite fast, and um we found um that it's like the speed that I go at is so high that I'm like it's like I'm like skimming across mountain ranges, um and only just seeing the tops of the mountain range. And but the thing is, and the mountain ranges are pretty barren. Like there's not so many impulses, there's not so many like really aliveness. Um, and it takes me to slow down and to, which is scary, to start being able to drop into the valleys, into the rainforest, into places that are like these extraordinary spaces to 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 find the impulse or to find the next piece. And and what I but to do that, I really have to start with these gaps and to when I don't know, just to fucking leave it. And maybe it's someone else's turn to speak. And um, so yeah, it's been like that, about slowing
Mm.
down, and then I have to face my fears. And then when I face my fears, I can be at a different speed. I can be at a different speed. I can be more present.
Yeah,
But what
what
it
I
felt
got,
like is,
yeah,
yeah,
go.
okay.
I have an
And
impulse,
what it
like,
felt like it was, I was gonna die because of the intensity. That's how much.
I relate to that. I felt it already in some labs, yeah. And I can sense it already when I imagine such a space where I don't get rescued, I cannot escape anymore. And I feel that fear also when I'm just sitting in some labs there with what's going on inside of me. What am I not bringing? What, like, it's so scary to make bring my impulse into this kind of space.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm. And the only thing that comes up to me is like use my anger and have enough pain as a fuel inside of me that when I hold back my impulse, what I'm creating. And at the
Hmm.
moment is so far pain was not big enough to really go and bring my impulse anyway, even that it's so scary.
Hmm.
I wonder like what is would be needed to feel, which what do I need to feel in order to be so bring my impulse anyway. I think when I sit in this kind of space and no one rescues me, then maybe the pain can show up.
Hmm.
But yeah, it
Hmm.
would be to experiment.
So one thing I found was if I can't be with my fear, I only bring the impulses that are complete, like, or even the sentence that is complete. Instead of being like just starting and being like, ah, I need to say something, and I don't know what it is, but it's around you, Leonard, and I'm just keep finding my step. It's about your gremlin. It's about, and I just keep going without knowing what are the next steps. Um, and uh, and so uh, yeah. So and that the more I do that, and the more I'm like, okay, these other men aren't stopping me. They aren't ridiculing me for taking up space or something. They're actually on my team to pick up. Like I don't even need to find the whole lot. Like someone else could come in and be like, yes, I'm also seeing that it's because this and that, or here's a step, and then the space can go. But like I um and that's been a big shift from the team. It's like I don't have to have the whole lot. I don't have to have the whole step. I just need to start speaking my impulse, and it might be even enmeshed, but but it doesn't matter so much because as a team we'll be able to pick it up if it's yeah, which also means for me I had this like a lot of anger to like, okay, these other men to be like if they started to speak and then they would make themselves small is to ask them to continue or to encourage. And um like now I don't know what to say. I know I think I might want to say, but the fear comes up and it's like, ah, and I just want to stop talking, pass you back the stick. I just want to like give up on 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 what where I'm going, and and the giving up is another fucking really sad thing that I found there, because then I'm like giving up on myself. I'm giving up on what wants to come through me. I'm giving up on other men because they didn't get it right straight away, and I'm just like leaving them there. I don't want to do that.
Hmm. And does this space where you bring your enmeshed impulses and whatever impulse come, does it work in, when you get really messy and your gremlin shows up and wants to destroy spaces, like can it work even when there is no skilled space holder available? What is needed to do that kind of thing? When is the space safe enough to go with that like that?
Mm. Yeah, I don't. mm, I don't know, but one thing is that the price I pay by never starting because I think it's enmeshed is big. Like it's like trying to start running without being able to walk.
Hmm.
So um and what I think started to happen is that you to tap into the group intelligence. Like, okay, I can just go and it doesn't matter if I fail or not. It's just a beat, but also the group will pick up if it's not the if it's too enmeshed or whatever, or just start pointing it in the in a shifting it 10 degrees and then going there. Be like, okay, let's drop that part. But I think, yeah, especially with my
Mm.
gremlin, because my gremlin can sense a lot. And then I go, oh, that's gremlin sensing. Let's not bring that up. But it's like, no, this is a resource. So yes, it's enmeshed, but it's also sometimes quite accurate. And this was the first time I had such like Anna uh holding a space that it's like, okay, bring your enmeshment and like turn up as you are. And I got it. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking reality. Because I, as a man, or I've seen spaces of like everyone trying to get it right and then so much being suppressed. And the fakeness comes too. What I feel sad about in the like feeling into the men's space is that there was this such it was such this coming together part of men like, okay, I'm not gonna look first it was I'm not gonna look away from your life. And then it's like I stay to in a group. I stay with you men. And um and what I'm seeing a lot at the moment is that myself and people uh leave it like are going back into their insular lives. Like they're forgetting about um the not forgetting, but like people are fading away. I can feel brothers that I love fading away, and I'm also I think I also am sad that I'm letting that happen because I'm getting stuck in my just what's in front of me or something.
Yeah, could you unfold that sadness a little bit more?
Mm, well, it's the same thread, but it's anger. It's like I'm angry that I go to these lab spaces and it's like we write up stuff on the board and we do exercise and it's like, yeah, this is started doing something different and everyone's getting up and being like, yeah, let's fucking leave the patriarchy behind and do something else and let's I'm committed to being there for you and then a month later it's like everyone's fucked off.
Hmm. Yeah.
And and I don't know how like I I don't know how to stay and I'm also like it doesn't work to do it all online like what's like uh it's like it's uh I don't know but it's working to be living with other men that those men I can stay with and but what I'm angry at, it's like it's bullshit. It's bullshit to go to trainings and say the big words and then to not take it back into my life. Like I fucking like it means that the words that are said or that I'm saying mean nothing. And then it's like the letting it slide. Like I think it would be different if one man said, "Hey, look, I'm fading out," and I said I would do this, and I don't know. It's like. hmm. But it's like the disappearing that I feel sad about in our men's culture. I've done that too. And saying I didn't do something and then without saying anything else, doing something else. Like without saying, okay, now I take back that because whatever reason. I can't find a way to connect online. So I'm just I'm just staying with
What needs to happen for you that you can do differently? Be in integrity with what you said.
I think like well one thing is like at labs and stuff is like the energy is so there and it's like this holy tribal man part of me wants to go make big calls and be like yeah let's fucking stop and I don't want to be in fantasies about the steps that I can take in life afterwards and then the other part is to take responsibility. It's like, okay, I said I would be there, and I'm not. Like energetically, I'm out right now, and then and just admit it and say admit it and say where I'm at. Mm.
Mm. It
You
seems
know,
so tempting to be already somewhere else and say, yeah, let's escape patriarchy, but inside not looking really where I am and acknowledging that and what needs from there.
hmm hmm hmm
And I think that comes from that where we are as men is really like not a nice place to be. It's like when we're really honest, then where are we really? So we are used to pretending that stuff that we can be already somewhere else. So into
hmm
such a habit.
hmm
I mean, I remember when I worked for a company and they asked me all this, like they applying to a company and need to be like so confident, and the confidence already is a lie. It's an illusion. And then to like I'm doing all these things, I am there to just to pick me, please, for that job.
hmm hmm
All the time doing the project and I have to always be so competent.
hmm hmm What another thing I wanted to share about the lab was this um like sourcing my own aliveness and um which also meant like feeding my gremlin on some adventure. Like like for me, getting up early in the morning and going for a cold water dip or a run up to the waterfall was like such, and with another man and screaming and whooping and running through the bush was like such a food that that then I didn't need to find aliveness or to suck aliveness from other people. Um, what also was interesting is like to actively create dangerous spaces because it was actually the same thing. Like this is and I think I still want to one thing I still want to be looking for is what is feeding my aliveness or also like my gremlin like my grandma wants to create and my grandma wants to be on the edge about things and um and I have a massive good boy box and it stops me from doing this like challenging people and sometimes or being bold and that's part of it. It's like if I to keep myself moving and alive is to bring those parts and like I kind of see it as a like I kind of see it as a line like um like the like kind of being I don't know what's the word but when you're like too bold and you just make a mess and it's like um and then below the line is like good boy box and I'm like never really changing anything, never really going any dangerous, never really saying what I need to say. And and what I found is that I need to sometimes go over the line and just fucking just to fucking move and to be bold and to get beeps and then be like, okay, well that's the fucking roof. I don't want it like that is the roof because I think the roof is right here, but it's not. It's there's plenty more room
Hmm.
because which also means to other men. Like I've been angry and I've been finding that I like there's like someone will be on some talk or saying what they're doing, and it's just like let them finish, and then when there's a gap, maybe I'll say something. And it's like fuck that. I'm gonna like if someone's bullshitting the space or they're not serving themselves or the space by what by by the kind of the talk or the blah blah, like I don't need to listen to the whole lot. And and uh, and yeah, and that's the part that I'm like, okay, sometimes I might get it wrong, I might be rude, or I might fuck it up, but fuck it. It's better than staying in this like everyone like keeping to themselves and being like, oh yeah, and maybe if you want to, just check that your gremlin is maybe in the space right now, and it's like, fuck. I want other men to to cut the shit that I'm bringing too.
Yeah, I hear you. The aliveness, I can see also that it's like going with fear. And there is
Mm,
also joy in going with that fear. And this is what helps me. Like also did Wim Hof practice for some years already. And it's like that. It seems like this I can do that but to go into cold shower, I can do that with anything in my life. That is what
mhm.
brings me alive, actually. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and this, I don't know, one thing with women is like, if I'm not sourcing my aliveness and I'm attaching it to only, it only comes when it's them, and also sourcing my feelings through them, then of course I'm going to be giving my center away to them for whenever they leave, threaten to leave, or I think they're going to leave. I'm like, fuck, I need this. And I
Hmm.
got this needy energy I'm, because I can't create it myself.
Hmm.
And, and this is the part where I'm like, that I've like, uh, go, it actually started in Fiji when watching these villages really live as villages, and the men are so much with the men and the women are so much with the women that they only spend 20% of the time or something together.
Hmm.
And and then at the lab being the same thing, it's like, well, fuck, if I'm trying to um like if that's been my way to source aliveness or to fulfill my needs for connection or whatever, then of course I'm gonna do anything to keep my relating with women. I'll give away my authenticity. I will, I will, and I'll also like be really scared she'll leave the whole time. Instead of like trusting, like doing what is important for me and she's doing important to me. And then, okay, if the paths go different direction, then it's got nothing to do with me. It's not like, ah, oh, fuck, I need to hold it together because then otherwise my life will fall apart. It's like being so much in integrity with what I need to do, and also so much in like that those sources, the the things that make me thrive or keep me alive are not connected to her, to women, because it's all women. For me, that I mean, I haven't been with a partner for a while, then I'm finding that it's there's something about that some belief that it's all women. Like I only can feel that real love space or something with women, and that's actually already old. Like I've like living with Wojciech and Jason. I'm like fuck. I'm like I can sit on the couch and give a foot massage and be really close and and it's just feeling more normal. Um and yeah, and I'm glad about that because there was a lot of homophobia that was stopping it.
Yeah, I see us in the main bridge house, like 4 or 5 men lying in bed together and cuddling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. Mm, mm,
Okay, thank you,
mm.
Sylvan. See you.
See you. Love you. Goodbye.
Love you too. Ciao.
Yeah.